Welcome back, folks, to a very special segment with Citadel in the Memphis Radio Group's public affairs programs. I'm your moderator, Tony Nicholson. I want to thank you for tuning in as we wrap up now the month of October. I got a special music feature for you as you listen on all of our stations, Kicks 106 and 98.1 The Max with Drake and Zeke. Certainly the number one station, Soul Classics, 103.5, and the brand new 98.9 Gen X with, again, the Memphis Radio Group. I got Anna J. Eccles, CEO and founder of AJE Dreamland. She's been on with me before. There's a major musical event coming up on Saturday, October 30th, out at the University of Memphis Auditorium. If you love music, if you love jazz, if you want to support a significant cause, then stay tuned and be prepared to call and get your tickets, because on October 30th, there's going to be an event brought to you by the Red Carpet Productions. It's called Keeping the Dream Alive. It's a tribute and award celebration honoring Rufus Thomas, Ann Peoples, and Ruby Wilson, among others, and also a special performance by an incredible jazz artist doing classic jazz, the artist Miss Phoebe. Got her joining us also. Anna Eccles, welcome again to Citadel and the Memphis Radio Group's public affairs program.
Hey, Tony, and hello, Memphis. It is definitely a pleasure to be here with you tonight.
Absolutely. Glad to have you. You always got something good that you're bringing. Of course, Anna works with the full-figured models, always one of my favorites, and she's doing some great work with discovering new talent. And, of course, the one and only, the jazz artist, Miss Phoebe, just bringing an incredible show to you on Saturday, October 30th. Pleasure to meet you, jazz artist, Miss Phoebe.
It's a pleasure to meet you, too, and it's such an honor to be a part of such a red carpet event. It was an honor to meet Anna Nichols. I mean, it was just Eccles. It was really, really an honor to meet her and to be a part of this and to give back to the community and to bring in some classic jazz back into the Memphis area.
Well, we're looking forward to that. Of course, the event, again, Keeping the Dream Alive, it's a tribute and award celebration honoring Rufus Thomas, Ann Peoples, Ruby Wilson, and a number of others, Nat D. Williams, and a lot of folks that, should be recognized. But the bigger part of this is that all of this is bringing awareness to stroke prevention. The American Stroke Association, of course, you know that Ruby Wilson recently suffered with that. She's doing fine. And Peoples, battling with some of those issues. And, of course, the folks who have gone on, Rufus the Dog Thomas, folks, you can support an incredible cause, the American Stroke Association. Tickets are only $15, and it's at the University of Memphis Auditorium. Anna, why don't we start with you a little bit about the event itself? What is it that Red Carpet Productions is doing on Saturday, October 30th?
Well, Tony, this is a celebration and an event that no one need to miss. We're celebrating the contribution and roles that these individuals that you mentioned have played in the industry. And at the same time, we are bringing to the audience raw and undiscovered talent and unsung heroes. And also, we are so grateful to have the lovely Miss Phoebe in the audience, who will be bringing to Memphis classy jazz. And this is a night where we are keeping the dream alive. We want our young people to know that as dreamers, that they need to know also how important it is. It's okay to dream, but at this event, you will get an opportunity to give something back and to know that these people who have sung and have entertained for the many years, it's an opportunity to pull out the red carpet to celebrate these ones.
Well, that is important. You mentioned some pretty historic figures here. Of course, Ruby Wilson, very popular, Ann Peoples, Rufus Thomas, Nat D. Williams. And, of course, the Memphis and Shelby County Music Commission is sort of keeping that part of the effort alive, because there's a brand new cookbook and CD recognizing musicians and trying to provide medical assistance for musicians from Memphis. It's about time we did that because, again, as you may be aware, Miss Ruby Wilson and I believe Miss Ann Peoples have both suffered mild, but they've suffered strokes, and it's important that we bring awareness to this. Folks, I want you to support it. Tickets are only $15 in advance. You can call 650-4955. Get your tickets early. It's at the University of Memphis Auditorium on Saturday, October 30th, and it's a red carpet production. What does that mean, Anna Eccles?
A red carpet production is a time for you to put on your best and do your best, to come out and look your best. And when you're on the red carpet, most times it says, hey, I have arrived. And if you're feeling good and looking good and want to support this event, not just for our celebrities, but as Tony mentioned, a good cause. We are donating a portion of the proceeds to the stroke victims. So this red carpet event, it's a time to come out and celebrate.
650-4955. And if you like Sarah Vaughan and Lena Horne, Nancy Wilson, Billie Holiday, guess what? You're going to get all of that because jazz artist Miss Phoebe, I guess you're going to fill me in on where she's from and her time in the business, what it is she's doing. She wants to bring back classic jazz, always something that is appropriate. Miss Phoebe, tell me a little bit about you and welcome again to the Public Affairs programs with Citadel and the Memphis Radio Group. What's your story? Because she's lovely and talented and will have a special performance on Saturday, October 30th out at the University of Memphis. Folks, get your tickets because you don't want to miss this red carpet production. Who is Miss Phoebe?
Thanks, Tony. Listen, I love doing music. I've sung all my life, as all of us probably started out in church, and that's exactly where I started out in. But somehow, jazz, classic jazz, just kind of I've adopted it, and I love singing it. I miss it a lot. Memphis doesn't have many places in the city where you can actually go and enjoy classic jazz like other cities, bigger cities, New York, Boston, Atlanta. So I really want to bring that back into the Memphis area, supper clubs and things of that nature where you can go and enjoy a lovely evening with your loved ones.
You hear that, guys? You definitely, if you want to get some major brownie points, pick up a couple of tickets for the red carpet production of Keeping the Dream Alive coming up Saturday, October 30th at the University of Memphis Auditorium. Call 650-4955. Order your tickets. And, of course, you can pick them up at 4384 Stage Road and get all that information when you give a call to Anna Eccles at AJE Dreamland Productions, 650-4955. Now, I mentioned Sarah Vaughan and Lena Horne and Nancy Wilson, Billie Holiday, and some others. Do you have a personal favorite, Miss Phoebe?
I think Stormy Weather, the song that Lena Horne does, I think that's one of my favorite songs, and one of the songs I think I'm going to maybe perform on the 30th of October.
Right. And you're working on a new CD that's going to be coming out in the spring or the summer. How's that going? How's that working out? Are you doing standards by those artists? You got some new stuff that you're going to be bringing because, again, Memphis is a music town, and even our listeners who are tuned in on 98.1 The Max and Kicks 106 love music. And this is a departure from a lot of what they may be listening to on a regular basis, but an incredible evening, beautiful weather, great time of the year, the University of Memphis Auditorium on Saturday, October 30th, for Keeping the Dream Alive. Folks, you're supporting the American Stroke Association, but for that very modest ticket price, you're going to get music, entertainment throughout the evening, a red carpet event. But what about that, Miss Phoebe? You got your new product you're working on now. What are you doing? Some up-tempo things or just those standards like you mentioned, Stormy Weather?
Oh, what I'm going to do is we're going to surprise Memphis, and the jazz CD will be classic jazz and contemporary jazz as well. Some upbeats, most certainly, and some really nice, smooth listening to jazz as well.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, this is something that we don't get to see very often in this town, folks. You got a tribute. This is a tribute and award celebration as much as anything, honoring some people who are historic in this town and introducing some new folks. But Rufus Thomas, Ann Peoples, Ruby Wilson, got Nat D. Williams. Says the Climates. Hadn't heard much about them, but I think, Anna, you mentioned that Preston Shannon might be involved with this. And, folks, if you love Beale Street, if you love music, live music, and then really spectacular entertainment productions, red carpet productions certainly is bringing that. Anna is chomping at the bit over here to say something. What is it, dear?
Yeah, you mentioned Preston Shannon, and as I mentioned, along with